Welcome to the Rise to Shine podcast with Noelle Custis, where we ignite the spark to discover your favorite self. It is time to get real, ladies. Hello, and welcome to the Rise to Shine podcast. I'm your host, Noelle Custis, and I am so thrilled to be here with you today. This is hands down my absolute favorite week of the year. There is just something about these in-between days, the days after Christmas, before the new year begins, where time just feels like it stands still. I feel like this is the week that our pace slows down a little bit. The to-do list finally take a little bit of a pause, and it's almost as if the world just takes this exhale together for a moment. The decorations are still up, which I'm obsessed with, as you know. And honestly, there might even be wrapping paper still stuffed in a corner somewhere. There are gifts that are scattered in different places throughout the house, and candles, I'm looking around, are just burned halfway down. And it's like the remnants of celebration and imperfection all meshed in and mingled in together. And I don't know about you, but all I want to do this week is cozy up with a warm cup of coffee. I love to just sit in the quiet and just be, not rush, not fix anything, just really be in a place of reflection. And this is what I like to call the sacred pause, the in between, the place where one chapter gently starts to close and a new one is already starting to begin. So, wherever you are right now, you might be walking, you might be driving. I know a lot of my mamas and women out there are folding laundry as they listen to an episode. Maybe you're even curled up under a blanket. I just want you to join me. I want to invite you to join me in just this moment. Let's just be in it together. And I want you to just take a breath. Even if you're driving, you can do that. Just take a nice big breath. And I want you to notice something real around you. Maybe it's the way that the light is hitting the floor, or maybe it's the sound of nature outside. Maybe it is the sound of cars driving by or the city outside. Maybe it's just the rhythm of your breath. Maybe it's the quiet hum of your house. Maybe it's the scent of your coffee, or it's just the weight of your body finally in a place of rest. If that's where you're at, just take a moment and then let's go a little bit deeper. I want you to really think about this. I want you to think about the air in your lungs. I want you to focus on the air in your lungs because that, you guys, it's a miracle. The fact that you woke up today with another chance to show up, to be able to live, to be able to love, that is a gift. You're here on this earth. We are here on this earth at the exact moment in time, not by accident. You were made for this season, for this moment in history. I seriously, you guys, I get so giddy over it when I go to that deeper place, when I really take the time to pay attention. I am in awe of all of it. Right now, as I'm recording, I'm sitting here with the white lights still glowing on the tree. I can see them. The sky outside is actually perfect. And what I love is in the wintertime, I feel like the air, I always say, I just love the crisp air. It's like this winter, quiet, crisp air. There's something about it. No matter where you live. Of course, I'm in Southern California, so it's different than being somewhere with snow. But even with the snow, there's a crisp air. It's almost like the earth is even exhaling at this time, at least where I'm at. And I want to fully embrace this moment with you because these small little things, they're actually not small at all. They're everything. This, you guys, is life. This is beauty. And sometimes I just wish we had more time to sit in it and to really reflect. But I also understand, and sometimes it feels frustrating that life keeps moving and life moves, and we don't always have that luxury to just sit and really notice and really reflect. But man, when we can do this, it is so precious. It is so precious when we get to do it. And yet, even in all of this beauty, I don't want to pretend that it has been all ease because let's talk about what it's also looked like. This year may not have looked like you thought it would. Maybe it was hard. Maybe it felt foggy or you just felt really stretched. Maybe it literally felt wild. I've used that word a lot this year. Wild. That's wild. I don't know. That has been a huge part of my vocabulary. Maybe it was filled with these beautiful surprises. Or maybe there was some really painful grief in there. But here is what I know. A beautiful life isn't one that's always clean or easy. The secret to a life that feels beautiful is in the decision to see it that way. It's to choose the presence. It's to be active and actively notice the life that's already unfolding around you. To say, even this, even right now, is part of the story. And this year taught me again that beauty isn't just found in what is picture perfect. It's in those quiet moments. It's in the recovery. It's in the resilience. Oh my goodness. The resilience, the messy truth telling, the remembering of who we are. And I'm going to be real with you here. 2025 had its moments for me too. There were days that I felt so stretched thin, like I was pouring from an empty cup, wondering if what I was building even mattered. There were times that I was questioning myself, my timing. I was questioning my timing, and I was even questioning my capacity to lead. But even in those moments, there was this quiet knowing that this too was all part of it. And that is where the beauty actually sneaks in. Not in the perfect moments, but I have come to learn that it is even in the permission to be fully human. And that's what I want to share today. The power of choosing to see, because once I really started noticing, not just in concept, but in everyday, in my everyday, it was like life started to just show off. And I want to just take you through a day that completely blew me out of the water. And it blew me out of the water in the best way. So there was just a couple of weeks ago a 24-hour period recently where I was hit with one moment after another that felt like God saying, okay, look, I'm here. I see you. Don't miss this. And it had started with coffee in the morning. I got to sit down with a really beautiful friend that I just met a couple of years ago. And she is a brand new mom. So I got to meet her precious baby. And our conversation, it was literally soul deep. Soul deep, you guys. We talked about, and I am sure you're going to resonate with this when you have had one of those soul deep conversations. We talked about the meaning of life. We talked about navigating motherhood. Now, let me also tell you and share with you that she could literally be my daughter. We have a 20-year age gap, but we were able to connect in this way because once a mother, always a mother, right? We were talking about spirituality, our faith. And you know, when you just know you are exactly where you're meant to be with exactly who you're supposed to be with, that was one of those moments. It was absolutely beautiful. And there were so many confirmations in that conversation of some things that I have been going through, some things that I have been thinking about, not out loud, but behind the scenes. And then later that same day, when I got home, I got a phone call from a woman that is in our Rise to Shine collective. And we were talking about some different things. Uh, anyways, what I want to share with you is that I had no idea that she did not have a car. I knew that she drove in over 2 hours for every event, but I had no idea that recently she had no access to a car. They were down to one car in the family. And she literally gets on a train or a bus and travels for over 2 hours just to be at our events. And she told me how much these past 3 months in the collective have shifted her life. I literally sat there, you guys. The phone was in my hands. Tears are in my eyes because I recognized right away that this was not about me at all. That's about something bigger that is moving through all of us in the collective. As a collective, I just love that intuitively I knew that the collective needed to be a part of our name. Like it was instantaneous when I heard it. I was like, yep, that's it. And now I get it. Because as a collective, there is something moving bigger than us. And that's about the frequency that we're living in. That is where there is this sacredness of creating spaces that matter. And then get this, you guys. So I'm going about my day and I'm just like, man, those are two like really big noticings, like literally God's winks that were massive in my heart, in my soul. And then later that afternoon, I was working in the office and my son called me from school. He was beaming. He was so excited because he had just found out that he had been chosen for something incredible that's going to be happening in less than a week from the time this airs, based on an essay he wrote. And as I listened to this joy, I could feel a deeper thread running through it because you guys, he had just been walking through a really hard week. Probably the hardest week in high school that I've seen him walk through. He was stressing over finals. He was stressing over the overwhelm of just being a junior in high school. For those of you that know, junior year can be really tough. He is a student that takes all AP classes, not by our doing. We actually advised against it. But he chose to walk this path and kind of got himself cornered into it. Anyways, neither here nor there. His schedule is really tough, and he felt the weight of that all week long. And there were moments that he would come home, he would be kind of frustrated. He was questioning himself, questioning all the things, but in the midst of it all, he just kept showing up. And I was just in awe of his resilience. And that phone call, the celebration that we had on that phone call, it wasn't just about the essay that he wrote, it was about the way he moves through life, you guys. He chooses expansion. He does not lead from fear ever. He just believes so deeply that things are working out even when they're hard. And in that moment, I had a mom lens God wink because 3 years ago, you guys, this same boy felt so bullied and so small and so unsure. And now he is walking his own unique path. He is more confident, more grounded. And I swear one day I'm going to do a whole podcast episode on him. Seriously, I could go on and on. I won't, but just know that it's coming one day soon. Because it blows me away. He is such an example to even me. So that whole day, from these deep conversations to that unexpected phone call to watching my son rise, it was one long string of just God winks after God winks after God winks. And then I closed my day by reading my birthday card from my husband. Now, I want to also share with you that words of affirmation are my love language, not his. He's an acts of service guy. So when he found a card that read, get this, it said, with every year, you keep adapting and evolving. And I thought you were already pretty much perfect. You keep finding new ways to amaze me and give me so many reasons to love and celebrate you. You guys, this is the card for those of you on YouTube. You'll see this is the card that said those things. I mean, seriously, cue all the sobs because that's the gift. It's not about life being easy. It's about being awake enough to witness the wonders, even when things are messy, especially when it's messy, actually. Because sometimes we have a full day like this of blessings, beautiful blessings. But sometimes the hard and the beautiful are often all wrapped up in the very same day. And that, my friend, is the frequency of a life that feels beautiful. And in all of those moments between the coffee, the call, the card, I realized something else. I was actually receiving. I wasn't striving. I wasn't fixing anything. I was just receiving. And it reminded me how powerful that frequency really is. Because so many of us, especially women, we're such givers. We hold, we pour, we serve, we carry. But what if 2026 isn't just about what you give? What if it's about what you receive? Love, ease, beauty, help, friendship, miracles. What if you didn't have to force your life into place, but you could soften into it? What if the rhythm of your life wasn't about control, but it was actually about curiosity? This is what happens when we live in receiving frequency. We don't have to chase. We don't have to perform. We get to be open. We get to witness. We let ourselves actually be held. And I am telling you, it changes everything. It has changed everything for me, especially in the later half of this year. So, right now, I just want you to breathe that in. Literally breathe it in and say, I am safe to receive. I am safe to slow down. I am safe to enjoy this life, even if it's not finished, even if it's messy. And then once you're open to receiving, the vision we hold for what's next becomes more clear. It becomes more true. So as we move into 2026, I don't want you to rush into all of the vision boards, all of the resolutions. Yes, make the vision board or choose your word of the year, set the intentions, do the rituals. All of it, it's all fabulous. All of it has a place. This is what I keep saying things. There are beautiful tools for all of us to use. It's just a matter of what are the right tools for you. But before you do those things, I really just want to invite you to listen, to get curious, to sit with yourself, to sit with what 2025 was, to feel those feelings, the celebrations, the grief, the longing, the growth. Let it all just like rise, not to fix it, but to just honor it. Let it just rise in your space. Journal about it if you want to. Because when you sit with your year instead of rushing to just replace it, that's when clarity really sets in. And from that space, I want to speak this over you. Old seasons can be resurrected. Old seasons can be resurrected. Just because something went quiet doesn't mean it's over. Just because you put something down doesn't mean it wasn't sacred to you. Sometimes those deepest callings get buried just underneath our survival. But the beauty of this timing, this week, this moment, this season is that you get to breathe life back into anything that you are wanting to breathe life back into. And then while we're here, I want to talk about desire because desire can be a little confusing. As a matter of fact, I just posted about it recently. And although desire won't fix everything, it's not a magic wand, but it is the starting point of all achievement. It is the starting point of all achievement. Desire is the language of our hearts. I feel like desire can be the compass. Okay. Because here's the thing, desire is going to say, what if this works? That's when you know it's a desire. When you're excited about it and you're like, what if this works? Fear is going to say, oh no, what if I fail? And that fear is going to constrict you, but the desire is going to expand you. And what I truly believe is if a desire has been placed on your heart, and I know I've said this before, it's not random. It's not wrong. It's not too much. It's not too late. It's not too early. You are meant for it. It's just a matter of aligning with it. It's a matter of trusting it and really just your readiness for it. And it doesn't have to be about the performance. So I want that to be really clear. So during this week, as you're moving into the new year, let your desires be the beginning of something. Let it be bigger than the fear because desire is going to be proof of life. It's proof your spirit still believes something beautiful is possible for you. It's not a delusion. I know we love to say, oh my gosh, things are delulu. Well, this is not a delusion, friends. Let your 2026 vision be born from curiosity, not from the pressure. And then ask yourself, what am I carrying into 2026 that feels aligned? What am I inviting to be released? And what would it feel like to receive what I'm praying for? This whole episode has really been about creating a life that feels beautiful in wonder. And that's the lens that I want to carry with me as I move through the rest of this week. I want to do things in wonder. I want to move with intention. I want to create spaces and opportunities that spark joy through creativity. I want things to feel good, not feel forced all the time. I want to live in this flow. I don't want to feel the friction. So maybe this week, it's not about figuring everything out. Maybe it's about walking slowly and letting your wonder be your guide, letting your next step rise from within, not rush from the outside. So just take a moment with me right now to receive that, to breathe in this moment, to receive the light and the love, the miracle of being right here, like we talked about at the beginning. Because when we pause to actually receive, we begin to enjoy the fulfillment of our lives, not just the progress, not just all of the outcomes, but the right now, the people, the places, the whispers of God that we hear. Because I'm telling you, when you are listening, God puts things on your heart, that becomes your intuition. This is what we can start to lean on. You guys, before we go today, I just really have to say thank you. I am so deeply grateful for you. I don't take your presence in this space lightly at all. The fact that you've welcomed me into your homes, into your earbuds, your routines, your quiet moments that you might be having, it really humbles me, but it also fuels me. Today I got to see my Spotify. I don't listen to Spotify, I have Apple Music, but I looked at my Spotify for the podcast, and you guys, oh my gosh. Wow. It was so fun to see the growth that we've had within this community. And I was just so humbled when I got to read the comments and the reviews, and it just felt really good. So thank you so much for being a part of this community and for listening, for sharing, for showing up every week, or at least the weeks that you can. I hope you are here every week. I just can't wait to walk in another year with you. And if you want to stay close, you can follow along on Instagram if you're not already doing so at joyful_Noelle. You can plug into my world through the Glow Up School or Rise to Shine Co. and share this podcast with someone who needs it, because we're just getting started, my friends. So, as always, keep rising, keep shining, and know your best day is right here waiting for you. And I will see you in 2026. Happy New Year, friends. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining me here today. Your presence means the world to me. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider leaving a rating and review, and don't forget to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. Head to the show notes and let's connect. Rise to Shine Co. is ready to support you in coaching, collaboration, life tips, or even a coffee chat. Until next time, keep shining, my friends.